Today, we would go ahead and see what is an Arduino IDE, how can we install that, how can we start setting up that thing. Once we're done with that, what we'll be doing is we would go ahead and see like the folder structures, what are the different things, what is the file extension of that particular uh, Arduino sketches, how do we write it down, what are the libraries, and all of this in just overview, and I'll give you the overall structure of how a Arduino program works. How do you write it down? So I'll try to explain you in the easiest way possible today, so you can go ahead and write down your own program right today and check out for yourself. So with this, let's get started here. And any questions you will have, you can drop me in the chat box for now while I'm explaining out. And you can ask me live questions at the end of the session. Okay, I'll be happy to answer you out there. So let's get going here. Go ahead and search here for, I'll go ahead and search here for Arduino IDE. Fine. So here's a quick search we go. And we go to this arduino.cc. This is the official web page, what they have at it. Then go ahead and click on Arduino IDE out here. And once you're here, you have multiple different options. So this is the web page of Arduino by default. Let me just take you through all the things what they have into it so that you can get amazing things here. So I go to the hardware here. So here they have Arduino hardware. What are the different hardwares they have? They have different types of kits out there, and they have Nano family out here for IoT boards, for RP2040 with the BLE sensor, and when all of these things, then they have one more new family called MKR family, and then they have a shields for those, and then we have a classic families that is Arduino R3, which we are discussing in the last session, and then again shields for this Arduino Uno boards and all of these things. Okay, so we'll be learning about many of these things like shields, what are shields, and what are all of this. Just a quick overview into it. All right, let me go to the software here. This is what we are going to do it. So I'll accept all the cookies. I don't have any other options also to do with it. And now here we go, and we have a download options here. Let's go ahead and get into what can we do with this. So there are multiple ways I can do it. For example, I can go ahead and search here for code online. So everybody go to the same web page. So we have two different ways of implementing it. One, I can go ahead and code online here. So when I click on code online, so I can go ahead and do all the coding right here on the online editor itself. But I would not really prefer doing this thing because I don't really get to have so much of freedom as I can have it on my locally installed Arduino IDE itself. So if you want to check out this for yourself, you can go and check out this for yourself, but not really recommended, at least for now. So then we have second is download options. We have it here. So here are the multiple download options we have for various different platforms. We have for the Windows, we have for the Windows, Linux and Mac. Here you see this for Windows 7 and new, you can get this one. Or if you want a zip file, you can get this, but I would not suggest you to get a zip file. Please do get this itself, Windows 7 and new. Or if you have a Linux, or that is Ubuntu systems and so on, you can choose from any of these based on the architecture, what you have it. And if you have Mac OS, then you can go ahead and check out this. Here's a quick difference. What is a Windows app? This is nothing but like this Arduino IDE is also available on the Windows App Store. So you all know, right? Microsoft has this own Windows Store, right? So you can also get it from there. But I would not recommend you to download it from there because I have found that the space what that takes is approximately 580 MB something, which is almost double than what is made with this. So I would suggest you to go with this itself. Click on this Windows. And then when you click on this, you come to this page where support the Arduino IDE out here. Now, what is this support the Arduino IDE? Like this is completely open source and non like they don't really sell until they have this some of the hardware and so on. They sell that. Remaining they don't do it. So you can just support them if you want it. And if you don't want it, which I have never done it for now, I can just click on just download and that download should begin. So when I have downloaded this, so it's approximately 112 MB out here. 112 MB. So that's all the file size you have it. So this is how simple it is. Let me also show you from the store out there, that is Microsoft Store, and show you the Arduino IDE from there too, so that you get to have an understanding. Like you can also start it from there. So here we go. Microsoft Store here, and let me just search here for Arduino, and it says you have an Arduino IDE even here in the Microsoft Store. So if you feel that you don't really want to go ahead and then do all this installations, or if you feel that there's a lot of process, you can directly install it from here, and that goes very well too. But I would not suggest it, because here I think so it's mentioned 574 MB out here, so it's a little bit larger here, and everything remains the same, but I would still suggest you to go ahead and do the other one out there. So it's almost downloaded. I already have it installed with me in my local system, but I'll still open this file so that I can show you what can be done with this. Okay, let me just open this again for yourself. So I'm opening it here, Windows, opening it. I'll show my complete screen so that you can have a look at it's giving me an error here. Currently it says, what is it? I had it. Arduino version 1.8.9 is already installed and must be uninstalled before you install the version. It won't affect the sketches. So let me just do it for you. I'll just click on OK, because it anyways will not affect my sketches. So I'll install the previous version of my this thing. So warning, all files will be deleted. This includes files and folders present before or added since you install the Arduino software. I don't think so I have any specific thing in this. So let me just go ahead and take a risk of deleting this. Because it may also delete my files, so I may be in a problem. So that also can be issue with this. So I'm just doing this for you. I'll install it right in front of you. It says it's uninstall itself. Then let me just close this, and now the installation will begin. Now here the go installation of an Arduino IDE begins. I click on I agree, and always make sure that when you're installing it, you check all of this, install USB drivers, because this is going to go ahead and install all the possible required USB drivers you would require for various different boards you have, right? So you have an Arduino board and like various different boards we have. So you'll install all those boards, like which is required for the connecting your Arduino board to the computer. So all those USB drivers will install it for you. And then create a start menu shortcut. I don't really require this. Desktop shortcut also I don't require it. Associate.ino files. Okay, fine. Click on next. And then I'll click on next and let it install. Now, there's one thing in the previous setup here which said associate.ino file. So what is this .ino file? This .ino file, .ino is an extension for Arduino sketches. Okay, for all the Arduino sketches, what you do it, Arduino code, what you write it, it is saved as a .ino. All right, the way we save .txt file, .word file, the .docs file, the .mp4 file. Similarly, .ino file is for Arduino sketches. So wherever you see .ino, it is nothing but it is an Arduino sketch file. So it's trying to install right now here, and you can just see it. Now let me get back to the setup here. It says setup completed. But listen to me one very importantly. When I did my setup here currently, it did not ask me to install any USB drivers. The reason so, I already had an Arduino IDE installed earlier, right? And this is the reason this time it did not ask me to install any of the USB drivers. So if you're installing it for the first time, it may ask you multiple times a prompt message telling that install this, install this, install this. Please do install every single thing. Do not mess it, because those are the required USB drivers which are needed for your boards to work properly. So in most of the cases, they install all the things. So please do install everything it asks you to install it, and it's really safe enough. Okay, do that. I'll close it. Finally, we're done with a successful installation of Arduino IDE out here. So now that we are done with Arduino installation, let's go ahead. So you can follow the same thing along later. Let me just open the Arduino here. So I'm opening an Arduino here. So I'll open this. Yes, I think so. I'm messing up with opening the installation file again itself. So I'll cancel this. I don't want to open this. I'll go here and go to the all apps and open an Arduino. Where did we install this? For some reason, I couldn't find here anywhere with this. I think so I had removed there from the checklist. Most probably that's the reason I'm not able to find out here. No worries. We'll try to go ahead and check out our come back here, come back here. I could try to open it from the local disk C once. This PC and going back here. Program files. I have an Arduino here. I'll open this. Okay. So I open an Arduino here. So I just because I have not clicked there, I have to open to all of this. What I'll do is I'll go ahead here and pin to start. I'll do it so that it is at least available in the start menu. So I'll check that out. So it should be here soon now. Anyways, I got the way I can open this now. So let me just close this for now. So this is a quick thing. I'll just open a new file here so that I can show you everything the way it looks like at the starting. So this is how it would look like when you open it for the first time. And this is updated version what I have correctly with me. All right. Now we are finally done with all of these things and everything is working perfectly fine as expected.